I'm not able to join. So I was talking about a further screening of the process known as Health Week. Right. So this involves a very high degree of physical exercise and sleep deprivation. So after this process, actual training begins of the Marcos, and overall around more than 98% of the volunteers who have enrolled initially, right, including these percentage, fail to fully qualify as Marcos, right? So that is the case which we can consider. Fine. Now, okay. So how the Marcos are trained in every kind of weapon and modern weapon and the instrument which you can consider. So these modern weapons and instruments include the knives, crossbows, sniper rifles, handguns, assault rifles, even bare hands tactics they need to uh, learn. Right, as I said, sometimes they can in the close combat they cannot use the weapons. Right, so at that time bare hand techniques are essential. So being diverse, they can reach to a hostile shores swimming underwater. Right, as one of the pictures we have seen it. Right, so what could be the responsibilities? Some of the responsibilities I have tried to mention here. Right, so some of the responsibilities of the Marcos listed down here. So providing support to the amphibious operations. Right? So all the terrains you can consider, whether it is in the air, it is on the land, or it is at the sea. So there everywhere they can support it. Right? Support any kind of operation, right? which are called amphibious operations. They have a special surveillance as well as reconnaissance operations. They will be always taking part into direct operations, right? That you can consider in. Obviously, they will be having certain operations which are called raids, right? Again, to inside your hostile territories, right? So these are the called clandestine operations, right? So they are always working on this particular kind of operation. And the last one, which you can consider, counter-terrorism operations. The example of this, the best example of this was 26/11 Mumbai attack, which you can consider, right? So I have just separated it out. So 2008 Mumbai attack, right? At that time there was a base at Aligarh, and very easily the Marcos from Aligarh could have reached within a no time in Mumbai, and obviously we could have control over that particular operation. So probably we could have some different reasons, right? So some of the exercises, let's say pictures which you can see of the Marcos. So Marcos while performing a public demonstration, right? Obviously, this particular kind of thing you can consider it. Another demonstration by the Marcos on INS Vikramaditya, right? As far as, so this is a part of their exercises. Here you can see, right? So this pole is the INS Vikramaditya, and these are some of your what you can consider, some of these Marcos, right? So they are looking for a kind of exercise, right? So till now I haven't told you one more thing, right? That is very, very essential and important, and probably it is only being used in the Marcos, right? So whatever they are using, right, the guns or whatever they have on their back. So all these are the live ammunitions. That means you have no scope even a friendly fire. काय होतं करून बघू? No, it is live, right? And many times you are always surrounded by your buddies, right? Dear buddies, right? So you cannot have that particular kind of casual approach. That's the one thing which I will tell you, right? So we have seen some of the things on land, in the water. Now see here, you can see from the here, right? So you will be coming from here. So an operational demonstration by the Marcos from here to the water, you can consider it. So many times you have to go here, and suppose for example here somewhere is, this is your target, you have to go in, right? So you will be always getting down in this one, right? This is very, though it looks very near, but it will be having very high distance. and you will be diving from this particular point, right, of source to this particular destination, and you will be always trying to destroy it, right? So sometimes in these exercises you will always require, or to get deploy at the places, you will be always having these kinds of things, which are, though its name is a rescue boat, right, but you will be always using it for again the same thing, right? Only thing is that here you are doing it at land, right? So obviously it is a part of some of the exercises, right? And in the same way, in 26/11 Mumbai attack, right? So the Marcos were deployed, even some of the SPGs were deployed in this way, right, on the different roofs of the different buildings, right? And then they have entered into that particular buildings, or in other ways, right? That you can consider. So what here in the earlier of the example, as I said, you have to get down in the sea, and so this will be always destruction of the oil rig, right? So whatever may be in the sea, you can consider. So this would be a kind of thing done by the Marcos. So this will be, right, if you consider this particular thing. So this was done by a single Marcos. So somewhere here or out of picture, he might have entered into the water, right, in the sea. He must have dived to dive to this particular place, must have placed the ammunition to there, must have gone back, and then obviously after certain time, right? So timer must have said it must have been blasted. So I think this was what we can consider. So some of you have, I think, requested to the Rishikesh that these things must be, what we can say, these things must be re-explained, right? So I think till this point, yesterday also we have reached out. Anyway, so Operation Pawan, right? As I said, it was about the Tamil Tigers, right? So had fought to establish a Tamil homeland, right, separate from Sri Lanka in the part of its northern and eastern portion. Fine. So as a Tamil element. So this effort had led to a series of armed conflicts in between the Sri Lankan military and these Tamil Tigers, right? Particularly Litte, we can consider it. So these wars get started in 1980, right? And then there was one accord in between India and Sri Lanka. So negotiations led to a India-Sri Lanka accord. So according to that, this particular accord, India has to help out Sri Lankan government to settle down or to negotiate these things, so that Littes will get involved in discussions, and this particular problem gets solved. Right? So in this particular case, so the Sri Lankan government had agreed to give nations some provinces more power and autonomy. Right? That was the main issue why the Littes were targeting, right? Or why Littes were, so base of arguing of Littes was not having the powers and autonomy to some of the provinces, right? And also they were asking to withdraw the troops of their, let's say, we can consider Sri Lankan army, right, from that particular part. So that was the issue. Now here in this particular case, as I said, it was at the Jaffna, right? So this is the background, or rather this was the background. What had happened? So Chief of Army Staff had issued some of the directives to the IPKPF, right? So India's, what you can consider, forces, these special forces, to laying down the operation, right? Or the operational parameters for this particular. And these were, very first thing, destroy the Litte radio and TV transmission equipments in the Jaffna Peninsula, right? And then seize their communication network, carry out raids on Littes camps, catch them, and destroy whatever their strong points, right? Detain and interrogate the Litte personnel. Right? so in the part of east, so that the resistance by these will get reduced, right? And take the actions to further consolidate and hold the region of that particular by IPKPL. So these were the things, or you can say the directions by the army chief. So that was about the exactly what we can consider Operation Pawan, right? But you know, here there was some of the criticism, and obviously there were some of the points of criticism, right? So India's foreign intelligence agency, you know, it is RAW, which has trained it to keep a check on Sri Lanka. So, which had helped Pakistan in Indo-Pak war by allowing Pakistani ships to refuel at Sri Lankan ports. Right. So that was some of the criticism points which you can consider. Anyway, so see, everything is having always two kinds of operations. Right. That is the case we can consider. Then Operation Cactus. I think this was already I have gone through, though this is the joint one, and even Pawan was also associated by Paras, right? So Pawan, Para, and Cactus both were by association of Para Accepts and Marcos, right? So the Cactus was much more completed by. Right. So at the time of Paras, we will see Cactus. Right. Now the what we can consider Operation Leech. Right. Now in this particular, it was carried out in the 1998 Operation Leech. Right. So what was this particular military operation? Right. So what had been went down? Right. So we can consider. So it's a tri-service operation. Keep in mind. Right. So tri-service operation. So all Army, Navy, and Air Force have been involved in this particular operation. So in the month of February 1998, right? So they have arrested some of the Burmese, around 75 Burmese rebels, right, on charge of gun running from Andaman's landfall and Icelands. Right? So armored equipments, what we can say, thief, right? So that was the case. So in that operation, the forces have killed 6 different rebels, particularly Burmese, you know, Burma, right? And in this operation, according to the report, right, they have seized and catch the arms, which were including 140 AK series rifles. You know, we have heard about AK-47. So 140 AK series, again a kind of series. Some of the assorted ammunition. Fine. So these are the things which you can consider. So what had happened in this case? So whatever that around 75, maybe number may be less by 1 or 2. So among these, some of these rebels have turned into fishermen in the next. Right, they have offered a chance to get improved. So some of them have become the what we can consider the fishermen, right? That would be obviously the case, and where those have been fishermen were released after a year of detention. Right? So that is the case which you can consider. Fine. So and most of them were retained in India and remained in India for about 13 years. Right? I think in 2011 they released. So over the years, these men have maintained that they belong to the Karen National Union. Right? So some of these things which you can consider in this particular part, right? That is Operation Leech. Even in in Kargil War, right, which was in 1999, the Marcos have helped out. And Operation Black Tornado. Is there anyone who knows about Operation Black Tornado? I guess every one of you must be knowing this. Visan Art Bara. Yes, every one of some of you must have seen this particular part. Right, so Operation Tornado, that is 26/11, 2018, 2008's Mumbai attack. Right, SPGs, NSG and NSG commandos have sorted out, right, Taj and so Oberoi, Taj. So these were the different places. In that particular case, the Marcos have operated, right? So that operation, and the name of that operation was Operation Black Tornado. So ongoing means, see, every other day something is getting happen in that particular scene. So there was a lake, right? I think which one, Book or Lunar. Right? So in that particular lake, the Pakistani terrorists used to enter to India from that particular lake, right? And just by entering through that lake was saving there around 100 kilometers of path, which was through the mountains. Right? So that was the case. And then it has noticed, right, that from the lake, the terrorists are coming by diving, right? So the Marcos have been employed there, and that is called Operation Rakshak. And currently there is I think troop of 90 Marcos. It's continuously deployed there, and now almost from that particular path, almost no terrorists are entering, right? Because they have a permanently I think yes, fine. They have there a permanently troop, right, of some strength. Now, the most important part, most of you must be thrilled to know what exactly, right? So what are the qualities of Marcos which you can consider, right? So qualities of Marcos. So as I said, they are all-in-one commandos. Though they are all-in commando, they are special. Though they are maritime specialists, right? But they are specialized from para jumping to sea diving, right? That is called all-in-one. See, the training of Marcos is very hard. Right? It's harder than para commandos or any other special forces. I don't want to compare it with any other special forces, but the fact is this one, right? And why I'm comparing this, because in the world's best commandos are called SEALs, right? So SEALs training commandos, which are from US Navy. They are supposed to be best commandos in the world, right? So, one of the cadets or the Marcos cadets have went to gain the training, right, by US Navy as like the training provided to the SEALs commando. SEALs are the commandos, right? SEALs commandos. There, the Marcos have topped that particular course, and almost more than 90%, right? More than 90% have been scored that or top. Now you can compare what kind of training the Marcos must have been gaining it, right? So that is the case which you can consider it. So Marcos, the training of Marcos must be harder, right? So those who have selected for Marcos, they are always amongst the fittest officers, sailors, or the personnel of Indian Navy, right? And those are sent, or those are volunteered for Marcos. Is a continuous process. Maybe on the next slide you will come across what is a structure or what exactly they are having there. Right. So training is a very continuous process. So they are train along the special forces as para commandos, right, at different training schools in various other agencies and within Navy, right. So what that various agencies and schools that we will consider when we will go for para, right. So where actually paras are getting trained, right. So don't consider that if you enter into para, so at only one place you get everything. No. So your training, even Marcos are not getting trained at single place. Right? So they have to go to the different places. Few weeks to that place, few days for that place, few days for that school. Right? A kind of training is there, and that's the reason why I here purposefully I have written from para jumping to sea diving. Right? That is the case. You will be always considering. Next. Now, Marcos are always qualified as Haho and Halo. Right? So what is Haho and Halo? Right? So you can consider high altitude, high opening, and high altitude, low opening. Right? So it is a kind of parachuting, right? Which you can consider in. Right? So that is the case you will be considering in. Right? Now here, if I go, that's what I wanted to show you. Now see, Haho, right? So that was the case of the uh, Haho and Halo. You can consider it, right? So from where, from very high altitude, they have to use it, and when they reach very nearby to the land, right? So they have to always open it, right? So that are the different cases which you can consider it, right? And therefore they are skilled uh, combat divers and parachutists, right? So that is the best quality, one of the qualities. So whatever we are seeing, that are the qualities. Now the most important part you can consider here, right? So what I said is this one, fine. So here, 20, see the day of Marcos, every day, not only during the training, right? Every day, the day of Marcos start by 20-kilometer run mark. Right? So that is the beginning of day of Marcos is by 20 kilometers run mark, right? In our whole life, we never till now, right? We never cross that much, right? So that would be the case, and this is not the let's say a thing. You can consider the next sentence, right? Suppose today they have in the morning they have 20 kilometers run, tomorrow they have 20 kilometers run, and again tomorrow's night after uh, let's say their dinner, they have to go for 20 kilometers night trek, and that is always with a 60 kilo load, right? So today they will be completing only 20 kilometers in the morning, that is every day, and tomorrow now they will be having the 20 kilometers trekking, right? And that will be always with a 60 kilo load, right? And this process is at every alternative day, right? आज झाला उद्या केला, परवा दिवस गेला, again day after tomorrow they will be having the trekking. So this is their let's say day after, right? So that would be the kind of thing which we can consider. I think yesterday I said that at the time of Pawan operation, each of these Marcos commandos have taken the ammunition of around 70 kilos on his back, right? And each of these commandos have dived around 20 kilometers in the sea. Right? So that is the case you can consider. So the most important part, what I was talking here is there are no simulators or dummy cartridges, right? So whatever the weapons, whatever the guns they are using, they are not dummy or they are not simulators. Keep in mind, right? So they are live ammunitions, right? So the training is conducted with the live ammunition and live guns, right, which are always loaded. Every time they are loaded, right? Even in training of Army, Navy, or Air Force, right? Only at the time of firing, your weapons are loaded. But Marcos are always having loaded. So uh, what we can consider the risk, right? And therefore you have no scope for a friendly fire. So there are weekly 120 kilometer walks with 60 kgs, right, back on the on backpacks, right? So this is the case you can consider it, right? Then during the health week, right, another qualities during the health week, there is no what you can consider sufficient, uh, right? There is full of exercise, physical exercise, and see, there is no sufficient sleep. That is deprivation of the sleep. So 4 hours of for only you will be allowed to have a sleep of 4 hours. See, having sleep of 4 hours is not a great task. What you are doing after that, that is the task. I think here you will be finding it out. Right? So they are even made to run through thick and a very thick mud, right, of very deep level, which are around thigh level, right, with a 25 kg load on your back. Right? That means what? You have physically already you have tired. You have only 4 hours sleeps, right? And then you are allowed now to go into the mud. Fine, that to be up to a level of thighs, right? Then you have to go for 2.5 kilometers, right? 2.5 kilometers grueling obstacle, right? So this is the one of the toughest part, obstacles. And then later on, uh, surpassing all the physical and mental drainage, right? You are supposed to shoot a target from 25 meters, right? You have to hit the target, right? You should not waste the bullet. So your target must be hitting the destination, right? Which is away with live ammunition, right? And in this case, again, see the most difficult part, right? You have to wait for it because there are always your co-cadet, your dear buddies are standing right beside it, right? So here and there, fine. So many a times we read on the road, Nazar hati durghatna ghati. So here, see, with only these many hours sleep, right? This much tiredness followed by these things, you have to hit a target, right? And that target which is nearby your uh, let's say lowest body, right, or the dearest body. So what will happen, right? So that marks the end of health week, right? So that is the case which you can consider. Fine. Now you can uh, consider the meaning of Marcos, right? Purposefully, I haven't mentioned here the guns or the weapons what they are using, right? So that is not necessary right now for you, right? It's some in some other day or in some other next sessions. Perhaps whenever we will be going for different kinds of ammunitions.